There's a gloom of water. What the is that? Oh my god. Twisting.
Cameras have captured eerie water-dwelling creatures that are impossible to explain.
Easy, girl, easy. Just breathe, all right?
Bizarre aquatic monsters, creepy creatures. And shocking videos will make you think twice before getting too close to the water. On the 20th of October, 2025, off the coast of Sicily in the Mediterranean Sea, a group of fishermen pulled up their nets expecting a normal day's catch. But what came after their catch shocked everyone. Tangled in the ropes and seaweed was a normal-looking fish, probably a snapper, but then a large, feminine-looking creature jumped out of the water and took the fish. This mysterious creature narrowly missed the fishermen. The scene was quick, and this creature moved at inhuman speed. So, let's look at it properly. It had blonde hair, and the lower body was like a fish, but green in color, whereas the upper body had a feminine chest with dark eyes. Her upper body skin was dark in color, meaning this was a deep sea creature. The descriptions do eerily match that of a siren, especially her webbed hands. She went back into the ocean with the fish, almost like she saved it, and fishermen were left shocked and devastated. Eerie river footage. A grainy security camera captured something unsettling in the dark river. Faint faces appearing to rise from the water. They drift slowly, eerily still, before fading back beneath the surface. For a moment, it looks like several figures watching from below, their expressions frozen. The footage is short, but haunting enough to keep people replaying it, each frame more chilling than the last. Whether it's a camera glitch or something unexplainable, one thing's certain. The river didn't look empty that night. Teeth monster. These are the things that chase you in nightmares. An unknown fisherman caught these freakish eyeless fish with teeth that could bite through bones, and no one knows what they are. Shockingly, these menacing-looking critters were used as a part of a dish the fishermen later ate. It's the stuff of nightmares and can grow much bigger in size, which is creepy. Mysterious river extraction. In Poland, a man filmed something that instantly grabbed attention. By the river, a group of men in dark uniforms were pulling a large, strange-looking body from the water. Whatever it was, they moved fast, lifting it carefully before quickly loading it into a covered truck. The man filming sounded confused, asking what was going on, but no one nearby had any answers. Once the video went online, people started throwing out theories. Some said it was a government experiment. Others thought it was a creature they didn't want the public to see. Chupacabra. I am sure you have heard about the mythical creature, Chupacabra. But for the people in Paraguay, they got to see its remains. It was spotted on the riverbank of Itapua, and locals started gathering around it. The skin was pale and furless. The paws or hands were visible too. One local even got close enough to investigate it using a stick. I have another footage where it was spotted in nearby footage, and as much as I want to debunk it, this one sounds kinda authentic. River siren. Deep in the valley of Malaya near the hills of North Zealand, Denmark, a man allegedly caught a siren in the River Malayan, but the details get strange. Just beneath the surface, a mythical figure was swimming through the water. It had a long, smooth tail that flicked like a fish, and what looked like strands of hair floating around its head. For several minutes, the mysterious figure stayed close to the bank, shockingly not reacting to the man recording her, which is exactly why some had this to say. Once she disappeared, people accused the man of staging this entire scene. However, the strangest accusation came when a comment on YouTube said showing her face on the internet could put her at risk from poachers. Strange river body. On a quiet stretch of the Amazon River, a small group stumbled upon something deeply unsettling. A pale, human-like body lying along the riverbank. Its features were oddly shaped, with limbs that didn't quite look normal. The creature appeared smooth-skinned and strangely intact, unlike any known animal from the jungle. The clip quickly spread online, with some claiming it was proof of an undiscovered species, while others suspected an elaborate hoax. Still, the eerie realism of its form made people stop and look twice. Monster of China. In Yicheng City, China, people couldn't believe what they were seeing. A long, snake-like creature swimming just under the muddy surface of the Yangtze River. The strange shape stretched nearly 10 feet, with a humped back that rippled as it moved through the water. It wasn't just a one-time sighting either. Tourists along the Three Gorges Dam scenic area caught glimpses of the same mysterious figure at different spots along the river, with the Yangtze being one of the largest rivers in the world, almost 4,000 miles. Yet this creature still stood out like a sore thumb. So far, the Yicheng forestry officials have not made any comment on the creature's identity. Pale river monster. At the edge of a quiet river, something pale moved in the shallows. It wasn't a reflection or a trick of light. There was definitely something there. The camera zooms in just enough to show its faint outline. Smooth, human-like, but not quite right. It drifted slowly, almost blending with the current, before sinking back down. The creature's strange shape and quiet movements made it hard to dismiss as just an animal. Whatever it was, it didn't belong there. Lake Giant. In December of 2024, near Flathead Lake in Montana, a few locals spotted something enormous moving just beneath the surface. The calm water suddenly rippled as a dark, massive shape drifted by. For a moment, people thought they were seeing things, but the movement was too smooth, too steady to be a log or boat shadow. Some compared it to the Loch Ness Monster, claiming the shape looked alive. The creature never resurfaced, but that short clip left everyone wondering what really lurks in Flathead's deep waters. But Loch Ness is not found in America, so this had to be another unknown creature. Swamp Beast. While boating through the thick waters of the Okefenokee Swamp, Georgia, a man caught something strange on camera. A dark head broke the surface for a split second before sinking again, then popped up further away, watching him. Its movements were careful, almost intelligent, as if it was aware it was being followed. The brief footage left everyone guessing what could lurk in that murky water. It wasn't a gator, it wasn't a fish, just something else. River Lurker. It happened along a quiet riverbank in Louisiana, where a man spotted something massive lurking by the bushes. The creature moved slowly, its dark form blending with the murky water. Curious, the man tried to spray near it to get a better look, but every time he got close, it slipped deeper into the water. When it finally resurfaced, only a shadowy outline was visible beneath the surface. Big, fluid, and strangely aware of his presence. Its movement didn't match any known swamp animal, leaving people convinced that something unusual lives beneath those waters. River Shadow. In Brunei, locals filmed something eerie moving through the river at dusk. The water was muddy and still, and just below the surface, a shape glided smoothly, like it was aware of being watched. The camera zoomed in, but the light was fading, making it impossible to get a clear look. Its slow, deliberate movement sent chills through viewers. Too strange to be a normal animal. People online debated what it was. A mutated fish, a lost creature, or something that shouldn't even exist there. Whatever it was, it left the river looking far less peaceful than before. Mermaid on the shore. While walking along a quiet river, two men spotted something strange lying near the bank. From a distance, it looked like a person, but as they got closer, they noticed a long tail stretching out behind it. One of the men, filming the scene, crept forward while the other stayed back. The figure never moved, just sat there, motionless, half in the water, half out. When the video hit the internet, it exploded. Some swore it was the ghost of a mermaid. Others said it was just an illusion or a setup. Either way, no one could deny how eerie it looked sitting there, perfectly still by the water's edge. Sea monster? On a cruise ship, a man captured an unexplainable sight on his cam. At first, it seemed like a terrifying wormhole was forming in the middle of the ocean, but after getting a glimpse of this, everyone gasped. But what is it exactly? Luckily for all of us, it was no scary monster, but an iceberg tipping over. The ship struck it and ended up rolling it over. I am just glad that everyone was all right. Encountering sirens. What this fisherman recorded in the ocean will alarm you. A fisherman heard eerie, squeaking sounds that surrounded his boat.
I hear him.
He caught sirens circling his boat and matching unbelievable speeds. It wasn't a sailfish because they're found in the Pacific Ocean, and he was near the Atlantic. These sirens were trying to lure him into the ocean, but he wasn't enticed by them. These footage went viral, and no one had any answer. But do you?
This is crazy. I heard it.
Cover up. 2 people in hazmat suits were seen near a body of water in Utah, with the remaining team just behind them, investigating another remains they had already taken out. They were caught on camera removing a merman from the water. The video gets more and more mysterious as it goes on. The creature seemed to have a striking green tail. However, before more could be recorded, the people in hazmat suits put it on a stretcher and disappeared behind the rocks. The video ended abruptly without revealing the whole story. Mermaid in Australia. The diver was out exploring when he noticed a figure coming towards him from a distance. At first, it looked like a big fish, but as it got close, its true form was revealed. The mermaid swam above him, totally unbothered by the diver's presence. It appeared only for a moment, but was caught in all of its glory. This is by far the most compelling video of a mermaid on the internet right now, especially considering how smoothly it was swimming in the ocean. Creepy tunnel follower. It happened in Oregon's Silver Falls State Park, where a narrow river winds through a dark, cave-like tunnel beneath the trees. A group of friends were tubing that day, laughing and filming as they floated downstream until later, when one of them reviewed the footage. Behind their tubes, something was moving in the water. The figure was big, pale, and strangely human-shaped, with what looked like long, dark hair flowing beneath the surface. It was swimming too smoothly for a human and was too large to be an animal found in Oregon. The person recording hadn't noticed it at the time, but once the clip hit the internet, people started calling it the river ghost. River Sasquatch. In this shocking clip, a large, hairy creature was seen walking on a beach at Eel River. It walked and looked exactly like a Sasquatch, but the person was a bit far away to capture it properly. Still, this dark silhouette had unusually large arms to be a human, and the way it was walking could not mean it was a monkey either. The footage is hard to get your head around. Golden surprise. Some fishermen deep in the Amazon weren't expecting this. Instead of a fish, they spotted something small and bright creeping up on their camera, a creature that looked oddly like Pikachu's long-lost cousin. The clip instantly went viral, with people throwing out all kinds of wild guesses about what it could be. After a bit of research, the truth came out. It was actually a golden brush-tail possum. Rare, adorable, and glowing like it just walked out of a cartoon. This little guy definitely stole the spotlight and the internet's attention. Bear Lake Monster.
I saw some movement there. What was that?
At Bear Lake, Utah, a man out for a walk by the shore noticed ripples forming far out in the water. Moments later, something large began moving toward him, fast. He backed away, recording just enough to catch the strange, dark shape before it sank beneath the surface again. Locals say Bear Lake has long been linked to sightings of mysterious lake creatures, but this footage reignited that old legend. Whatever it wasn't any fish or alligator known to live there, and that's what made it so unsettling.
I saw some movement there. What was that? Oh, oh! Go, 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 go!
Uzbekistan monster. This video was posted a year ago, but the sinister nature of the clip had everyone baffled till now. A fisherman could be seen making a peace offering to the entity that lives in the river. It is rumored that in exchange for this offering, the monster permits them to fish in the river. Though it sounds like a bunch of nonsense, the clip surely makes you wonder. Glowing sea creature.
Mira, empezó en el puente y está en la boya, era la boya.
A strange light was seen by an angler in the United Kingdom a few years ago, which later turned out to be a glowing sea creature that was seen again a few days after. There was a report that someone's boat capsized under mysterious circumstances, and they were never found. And this wasn't plankton, because that is blue in color. However, this appeared extraterrestrial, since it was responsible for taking someone's life. If you see this, paddle away. Creepy forest creature. A strange and unknown creature was seen on camera captured in some remote part of Vermont, near a water body. It had crawled out of the water, and the person who was recording had set up a tent just a few minutes ago. Its eyes were glowing, so it had to be an animal, and the face and mouth do match an alligator. However, there are no alligators in Vermont, at least not naturally, and it also had 2 horns with a large mouth, which further disapproves of it being any known animal. So what do you think this was? Horned river creature. Deep in the Amazon, a group of tribesmen claim to have captured something terrifying near a riverbank. The footage shows a dark, horned creature standing in shallow water, holding what looks like a long stick or staff. It doesn't react to the noise or the stones being thrown, because it was focused on its prey that was trying to get away, but unfortunately could not. This is why the tribesmen were throwing rocks in order to help the animal. The people filming shout and move closer, trying to scare it off, but the creature barely moved. Its face also never came into view, but they managed to save the animal, and after 2 more minutes of nothing happening, the demon disappeared. Carolina Sea Mystery.
Look at that.
The mysterious video that showed a dark creature swimming near the coast of southeastern North Carolina had viewers guessing for a long time. May have just been solved by the very person who recorded the mysterious creature. The video, shared in early 2023, showed a long, dark figure gliding through the waters near the port of Morehead City. It moved slowly, sometimes surfacing like it was coming up for air, and the whole scene had everyone online guessing. Some even said it was an unidentified creature, but the strangest claim identified the creature to be possibly Loch Ness. But this mystery was solved by Captain Daniel, who identified it as a right whale calf that got lost from its mother swimming around the port. Tiny river creature. While recording near the edge of a calm river, a man spotted something small drifting near the surface. At first, he thought it was debris until it moved. The creature's body was smooth and dark, sliding quietly just under the water before dipping out of sight. It didn't make a splash or any noise, just disappeared into the current. Watching the clip, you get that strange feeling that not everything living in rivers is known to us. Some things just prefer to stay unseen. Blind river monster. Something strange surfaced in the muddy waters of the Yangtze River, and the video spread online fast. At first glance, most people assumed it was an alligator, but a closer look changed everything. This thing had smooth, greenish-brown skin, no scales, and no visible eyes. It drifted slowly near the surface before slipping back into the water, leaving ripples behind. Viewers were quick to speculate, throwing out theories from unknown species to river mutants. Whatever it was, it didn't look like anything that should have been moving in those waters. Mudflat mystery. It happened in North Queensland's mudflats on August 8th. A cameraman was filming at low tide when he spotted something sticking out of the shallow mud. At first glance, he figured it had to be a crocodile, until he realized it wasn't moving like one. The shape was too smooth, too still. He zoomed in, and just as the camera focused, the thing slowly slipped beneath the surface, almost like it didn't want to be seen. The short clip left everyone wondering what he actually found hiding out there in the mud. Strange Amazon catch. While fishing deep in the Amazon, a group of friends noticed something strange moving near their boat. At first, it looked like a dark shadow under the surface, but as they drifted closer, they saw what looked like a small figure with a face covered in thick fur. It floated there for just a few seconds before slipping back under. Some swore it looked like a tiny Bigfoot, others thought it was something new entirely. Either way, it left everyone speechless and maybe a little scared to keep fishing. Loch Ness sighting. A couple filming a lighthearted TikTok during a boating trip had no idea what was behind them. In the background, a strange shape moved across the water, large, dark, and oddly smooth. When they rewatched the clip, they noticed it gliding silently just behind their boat. The shape resembled something like the Loch Ness Monster, and now the internet can't decide what it really was. Just a trick of the water, or something that shouldn't be there? Deep Lake mystery. Something massive was spotted gliding just under the surface of Loch Moree, its shape barely visible through the cloudy water. Locals were quick to take notice, and even the nearby museum got involved. They flew a drone over the lake to get a closer look, but instead of clearing things up, it only made the mystery worse. The footage spread fast, with viewers throwing out theories left and right. Some believed it was Chessie, the legendary Chesapeake Bay creature, while others thought it could be something much older. Creature of Sentosa. This 54-year-old fisherman in Sentosa, Singapore, caught something so bizarre you won't believe it. He thought he'd just hooked some bait until this twisting, wriggling thing surfaced. The internet went wild, calling it everything from an alien to a mythical creature. But experts later identified it as a basket star, a deep-sea species that usually lives around 550 meters down. Its long arms can stretch over a meter and twist like tangled vines. And even if it loses one, it just grows it right back. Safe to say, that fisherman caught way more than he bargained for. Humanoid fish? Out on a calm lake, a man spotted something strange gliding near the surface, part fish, part human-looking. The creature dipped in and out of the water, its fins barely visible, and its face oddly familiar. Curious and a little freaked out, he started recording. Later, when he showed the footage to his friends, they zoomed in and realized what he'd caught on camera. It wasn't a river monster at all. It was a sheepshead fish, a real species that's famous for one seriously creepy feature: its human-like teeth. It's no wonder people mistake it for something out of a nightmare. Congo River Monster.
Ah, those teeth!
Jeremy Wade, the most well-known marine biologist, caught something he never expected to be real. When fishing in the Congo River, something started pulling on the fish line. This was the beginning of a battle between Jeremy and whatever was down there. And once he saw it, he was bewildered. It turned out to be a Goliath tigerfish, basically a supersized piranha. Look at those sharp, insanely long teeth. It was certainly horrifying to look at such a menacing-looking fish. Mutated crab. A weird crab was caught beached in an unknown part of the world. The mysterious video has baffled everyone. Although Japanese spider crab makes sense, but the size and How deformed it looks has made people believe this is something sinister. Perhaps it's a mutated crab that is yet to take its final form. But even if it isn't, the footage is mysterious. Giant catch. It happened on the Fraser River in Washington a few months ago, where a fisherman hooked something massive just beneath the surface. The water shook as the line pulled tight, and when it finally came into view, everyone nearby stopped to stare. The creature was enormous, covered in rough armor like scales, with a long body that looked almost prehistoric. Once its sheer size was revealed, fishermen couldn't believe it. Based on the description and footage, experts believe it had to be a sturgeon, one of the largest freshwater fish in North America. But this was a monster. Everglades anomaly. Deep in a Florida swamp, an explorer filmed something that has everyone scratching their heads. The clip shows a strange, jelly-like creature drifting through the water. But the odd part, it had multiple eyes, or what looked like them. The way it moved was slow and deliberate, almost too coordinated for a blob-like creature. Viewers compared it to deep-sea organisms, or even a lab experiment gone wrong. Whatever it was, it didn't look like anything naturally found in swamp ecosystems. Mysterious creature.
There he is, he's on it.
Rumors of a strange river creature led one man to test the waters, literally. He tossed in bits of food, hoping to lure out whatever was hiding below. Seconds later, the calm surface was moving in heavy, deliberate patterns. The ripples weren't random. They looked like something massive was pushing from underneath. The man froze, filming as the water churned, and then slowly went still again. The clip left viewers speechless, unsure whether he'd just caught proof of a river monster or something far stranger. Horrifying encounter. This is why you shouldn't go fishing at night. A fisherman was grabbed by something from under the river when he was talking out his net. Whatever was under the surface got a hold of him, and shockingly, two dark creatures can be seen holding him. These were river ghosts, and they dragged him away. But somehow, he saved himself. But these creepy river ghosts were still eerily staring at him. Creeper of Krabi. A fisherman from Krabi, southwestern Thailand, on the coast of the Andaman Sea, once pulled up a fish so bizarre it could haunt your nightmares. This fish had a human-like face, big lips, googly eyes, and a frown so deep it looked like it had been through some serious drama. When the fisherman saw it staring back at him, he was so shocked he almost tossed the whole thing back in the water. But he didn't, and thank goodness for that, because this strange fish had no teeth and was way shorter than it should have been. What in the world was this creepy creature? Let me know if you have any guesses. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. This footage is unbelievable.
There's a girl in the water. What the is that? Oh my God, there's more. There's more of them. They're all around us.
This shocking footage was reportedly filmed by fishermen who were out at sea near the Aegean waters in the Mediterranean Sea. On the 23rd of October, 2025, they noticed a strange figure, so they used their wooden boat to get close to it. The shape was unlike anything they'd ever seen. The tail looked massive, like a whale's, but the upper half was human. The creature swam close, revealing 2 arms, long black hair, and a pale face that looked oddly feminine. For a brief moment, it turned toward them, locking eyes before quickly disappearing beneath the sea. But just 30 minutes later, the fishermen pulled up their nets, and what they found left them frozen. Inside was the same creature. But I was wrong. It wasn't pale, rather had a bluish skin tone. This creature looked a lot like a siren. Her wide eyes were open, and her nose looked more like narrow slits than a human's. She didn't have eyebrows, which somehow made her expression look even more haunting. She was clearly angry at the fisherman and tried to escape, but being out of the water agitated her even further. Unfortunately, there is no update as to what happened next. It's not even known if the fisherman even brought it back.
Oh, she's twisting. Easy now, easy. Whoa.